What are the presumptive sentencing guidelines in Alabama, and how will they be applied to my criminal case? Hey everybody, this is Caleb Ballou, Associate Attorney at Martinson and Beason. I want to talk to you today about the presumptive sentencing guidelines in Alabama and how they apply to certain crimes and how they may affect a case that you may be charged with. The presumptive sentencing guidelines, just from a basic premise, are sentencing considerations that restrict the sentencing range that a judge is permitted to give in certain cases, depending on the nature of the crime and depending on the person's or defendant's criminal record. So, first and foremost, the presumptive sentencing guidelines only apply to felony cases, and they only apply to those felony cases which deal primarily with drug offenses and property offenses, theft, burglary, forgery, things like that. The other thing that you need to remember about the presumptive sentencing guidelines are they essentially break down into two point columns. And the first point column takes into the serious nature or lack of serious nature of the offense that you may be facing, along with your criminal history, which may include other similar types of offenses in the past, whether or not you may have been placed on probation and revoked from that probation. Those sorts of things are considered, and they come up with a point total. If that point total is within a certain range, that determines essentially how much time you could be facing either in prison or on probation, and it's generally a range of months. The second column of points determines whether or not you will end up spending that time, that sentenced time, in prison or on probation. So it's essentially two columns, and the judge has to presumptively go by those recommendations that the point system essentially calculates. Now, if the state is unsatisfied with the calculations, they can ask the judge to consider certain aggravating factors. And those aggravating factors have to be asserted, they have to be approved to a jury. And if those aggravating factors are proven, then the judge has the ability to sentence above what the guidelines suggest, or has the ability to take a probation sentence and turn it into a prison sentence. Now, similarly, a defendant has the ability to present mitigating factors if they're unsatisfied with the sentence. These mitigating factors can help lower a sentencing range or can turn a prison sentence into a probation sentence. So that's your basics on the presumptive sentencing guidelines. If you've got any questions or concerns about whether or not the guidelines apply to a case that you could be facing, and if they are going to apply, what those guidelines say, feel free to give us a call at Martinson and Beason, 256-533-1667. Of course, feel free to share this video on social media or like it on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Thanks, guys. Take it easy.